Hello, Jen. How are you? Just setting things up so we can get started. Okay. Hello, guys. Welcome back onto the channel. This is the first proper live stream that I'm doing on the channel. I did a couple tests yesterday. Some of them were totally messed up. That's why they're not in the channel right now. And yeah, I'm finally ready to get started. Unfortunately, when I was doing the live stream test yesterday, I did all of the series events, which means I'm not gonna be able to do the PR stunts today because I have no idea of the requirements anymore. But I'm gonna do the season events and also the trial. Hopefully, I can do the weekly Forzathon challenge as well. Let's see. Season event, we're gonna get started with the first one. Here it is. Before I get started on the actual race, let me show you the tune setup that I'm using. So there you go. That's the name of the creator, IBXCK. CQ actually. So you can pick the exact tune setup that I'm using.
Just remember, keep your eyes on the road. You can admire the autumn views after you finish this championship.
And we're going with the Aston Martin Vantage ET12. I used the Hot Wheels one yesterday, but turns out this one is a much better option than that other one. That other one is great at dry conditions, but not so much in the rain. Jin, for these guides, I think I'm gonna do it alone, just for the sake of keep things going. But I might, well, if there are enough people, I might host a couple races with a couple of you guys, if there is enough people to join the races. I also didn't realize that aside from the Alpine A110 that you can unlock, I think at 50% of season completion, you can also unlock a new Renault. I thought that car was in the game already, but apparently it is not. Let me pause the game because there is something that I like to address. A lot of people, weirdly enough, they kind of question the difficulty that I play in, and it's not. Yeah, I can really show it right now. Let me finish the race first. But a lot of people for some reason they question my settings, my difficulty settings on the game, and I don't know why. I mean, why would I risk being caught up in a lie for something so small, you know? I'm gonna show the settings after I finish this race. This one should be pretty easy. There is a shortcut on this corner, but I don't think it's worth it taking on this car though. You can pretty much go straight onto the dirt part of the track and just cut through the fences, and you're gonna gain just a tiny bit of time, but when you're racing against faster players, that might be a better option than just taking the proper line. If you can take it properly, actually, because if you mess it up, you're gonna lose a lot of time. Okay, first one out of the way. Let me show the settings. All right. So these are the settings that I run with every time that I play, regardless of whether I'm actually doing these guides or not. And a lot of people ask me, why do you play it unbeatable when a lot of the events only requires highly skilled? And there's no special reason, to be honest. That's the difficulty that I usually play with. So I beat the game at unbeatable. I play at unbeatable even when I'm not doing any of this guys, so it doesn't make sense for me to just drop the difficulty down to highly skilled just for the sake of the guide when I don't have much trouble beating the AI in unbeatable. And I know that there's a lot of stigma around the unbeatable because a lot of people read this difficulty and think, oh, this must be impossible. It is not. It is really easy to do when you know your lines, when you know your breaking points, and when you know which tune setups to use on your cars. And if I put it down to highly skilled, then it's just not fun for me because I'm pretty much racing alone at this point. But yeah, I played unbeatable, ABS off, steering normal. Simulation I only recommend that you use if you're using a wheel. If you're using a controller, I recommend normal, because the simulation steering, it might make your car a lot twitchier than normal. So I go with normal. Traction and stability control off, manual with clutch, driving line full, damage and tire wear cosmetic, and rewind set to off. That's pretty much my settings here. I really don't understand people that accuse me of lying, like saying that I play on unbeatable but I'm playing at a lower difficulty. It doesn't matter to me, to be honest. Let's move on to the second race. So there are gonna be a couple changes to my channel starting 2020. This is something that I've been thinking about a lot over the past few months, to be honest. And that's something that I've been meaning to do. I'm gonna do a video on that probably first week of January or so. But long story short, there might be other types of games coming to the channel. I mean, a lot of the games that I play on a regular basis, regardless of whether I'm recording videos for YouTube or not, are racing games anyways. That's 90% of my time there. But occasionally I might play different games. Like these days I've been playing a lot of Sea of Thieves, and I do have a couple of videos of Sea of Thieves on my channel. So I might start bringing Sea of Thieves again, but not as a live stream per se. But I have a very specific format in my head that I'm gonna try to pull it off. Let's see if I can do that, and if I manage to do it the way that I am envisioning it. Oh crap. Oh yeah, let's restart because no way I'm gonna catch up with the other guys. But yeah, if I manage to pull it off the way that I have it in my head, then I'm gonna bring it over to the channel. There might be other games that I might bring. I don't play a lot of story-driven games. That's like I play maybe 1 or 2 a year. That's how these past few years have been going. But I mean, that's not a set number. There might be more or even less than that, maybe just 1, but whenever I feel like playing other games that are not racing games and I feel that I'm gonna play it all the way through, then I might bring it over to the channel. That's, I think, the biggest change. And in regards to these guides, these Forza Horizon guides, they are very time sensitive. If I don't post it as soon as they come out, there's a good chance I'm not gonna get the average of views that I usually get on this guides anyway. So the season refreshes every Thursday at 11 p.m. Sorry, 11 a.m. again. It refreshes every Thursday at 11 a.m. Brazil time. I don't know what time that is in the US or UK, but that's when it refreshes. If let's say for example, if I cannot post these guides on Thursday and decide to post it on Friday or Saturday, I lost half of the views already. So it's not worth me putting in the time to do these guides. And part of the reason why I usually can do this when they come out is the editing. I mean, there were many of these guides that I recorded before, but they never went up on the channel because I just didn't have the time to edit them and upload them. So moving forward, I think I'm gonna do all of these series guides as live streams, just like I'm doing right now, just so that I can interact with you guys as well. Let's see how it goes, but yeah, that might be how I'm gonna go about it. I wish they let us sell the cars that we have as duplicates on our garage. The way that the game's set up currently, you can only sell if you get duplicates from the wheel spin, not the cars that are currently sitting on your garage. I think Forza Horizon 3 allowed you to do that. Not sure what. Not sure why it doesn't let me do. But anyways. Oh, I went a little bit too deep there. I think I might want to use this car online because it feels pretty good. Oh crap again. I mean, it's not the quickest car, but it's really solid in the rain. Like, it very rarely slides. I want to see how it does against other people. Oh no, I touched the other car. Another question that I constantly get from other people is like, how do you manage to get everything done in a single run based on the videos that I upload on these guides? And the reality of it is, a lot of the time I'm not doing that in a single run, trust me. A lot of times I have to redo races a couple of times because either I messed it up, or the AI messed me up, or the car that I'm using simply isn't good enough for the event, which happens a lot. So for the sake of the video, I want to do a very solid video so you guys don't have to waste your time. So a lot of the times I'm gonna test a couple cars, a couple tune setups, until I find something good, and then I'm gonna start recording the video for real. And if I mess it up or get messed up, I'm gonna restart the race just so that I can do the video in a single take, just so you guys don't feel like I'm wasting your time, you know. But for live streams, I don't have the luxury of editing. So you're gonna see everything, mistakes and all, retries and all. Okay, that was the last one, I think. Yeah. Let me see what else we have. I'm also not gonna be doing the playground games playlist. I never do those. I don't like this mode in Forza Horizon. I mean, it's okay if you do, but I don't. Okay, let's do the Better with Age one. For this one, I know exactly what kind of car we're gonna be going with for this one. All right, so let me go to cars. Bugatti. We're gonna be going with the Type 35C, the 1926 Bugatti. That's the class that you're gonna that's the category that you're gonna have to go with anyway. So that's the car we're gonna be using. Let me show you the tune setup that I'm using. And this next set of races, they are actually rehashed from a previous event. I did a guide on those. I think the only difference between this one and the other one is that the other one required you to drive these cars in a rear-wheel drive configuration. This one allows you to drive all-wheel drive, which makes it much better. So we're going to be using the tune setup by SG Moan. You have the name under the creator to the left of the screen. So that's the tune setup I'm going to be using. And these are not the best cars, I reckon, but these are just suggestions of cars that I usually go with for these events. So if you have any other cars that work best for you, or, I mean, go with those. You don't need to choose my suggestions after all. There's this weird bug where the hood kind of starts flying upwards in the screen. Every single car has been doing that for a while now. I don't remember that being in the game. until a few months ago. I'm not sure if anybody else has this bug or glitch, but it's funny. Oh crap. I I kind of forgotten that how difficult it is to drive and speak at the same time. I used to do it all the time back when I still used to upload Gran Turismo videos. The early ones, a lot of the later ones were pre-recorded and commentated on top of the video. But a lot of the earlier ones I used to drive and speak at the same time, and I forgot how difficult that is, especially when I'm manually shifting. I miss my shifting a lot because of that. That makes me have deeper appreciation for what guys like Super GT, Jimmy Broadbent, and guys like that do, because in arcade racers you don't need to be as careful as in sim racing. Sim racing, you miss something, like you miss your shifting, you're gonna get overtaken for sure. In games like Forza Horizon, you don't need to be this careful. So it's a lot difficult what those guys do. As you can see with this car, we can win races fairly easily at unbeatable difficulty. So that means that highly skilled, that's gonna be even easier. Again, you don't need to play it unbeatable. Highly skilled is good enough for these events. I'm kind of dreading going back to the trial. I hate this mode, man. Yesterday when I was doing the test, um, people were using me as a braking device, so they were turning it on me at full speed. They were using the back of my car as as a braking device. I hate that mode, man. That, to me, the trial is the cancer of Forza Horizon 4. Kind of wish that Playground Games implemented some of the stuff that they brought to the online mode over to the trial, like ghosting when you're too fast in comparison to the car that's in front of you. Slowdowns, because the guy that was taking the wall, that was pretty much wall riding the entire thing, he somehow managed to keep up with me despite the fact that I was properly braking. That doesn't make any sense at all. Anyone that uses the wall to turn or to brake should never be able to keep up with people who are actually taking the proper braking points. Never. It doesn't matter what game we're talking about. Yeah, I could have braked a bit earlier there. Oh crap, I thought that was the last lap. I didn't brake. I thought that was the finishing line actually, not the last lap. Thought I was gonna lose a place there. Okay, I left the best one for last. I don't like this kind of smaller circuits in Forza Horizon. There are, I think, 2 or 3 of these, at least road racing ones in the game. I like my favorite type of circuits are the longest ones that you can find. So in Forza Horizon 4's case, that would be the Goliath and the Colossus. These are the 2 tracks that I run the most. Like the Goliath, I think I've run over 200 times at this point. That's usually the track that I go for when I'm testing new cars, especially when I'm testing new cars on the snow. If I'm testing new cars for rain or dry conditions, I might as well go with Colossus. But for snow, the Goliath might be my best option. This is a straight line speed circuit, so I don't have the upper hand, which means I need to get in front of these guys as quickly as possible so that I can build a distance before it's too late. Oh, I'm gonna hit him. Yeah, I did. Yeah, that's the section that I was talking about. Let's see if I can pull away at least a little bit over this section here, because they're gonna need to brake. Well, they're gonna brake, not that they need it. I just need to lift off a bit. I guess I could have taken that one flat out if I took the line correctly. Kind of went a little bit too wide in there. Yeah. I think we only have one more to go. That's the cross country. That's where you unlock the new Renault Clio that I didn't know what wasn't in the game. I remember that I went with the Jeep yesterday when I was testing the game out. I wonder if I should try to go for something different this time around. I mean, the Jeep is good and all, but I don't think it's the best one. Let me see which option the game gives me.
I've been looking forward to this autumn championship for ages. I think you'll enjoy this one. What am I saying? Of course you will.
I have the XRS the Bowler EXRS. I think someone wiped the floor with me with this Ford. Let me. So I just don't remember whether it was in S1 or A class though. Regardless, let me see if I find a good tune setup for this Ford. See if it's good. I've never used this car before. It still has the new tag. Yeah, I think I'm gonna reposition my webcam just a bit. Just so that I can see. Yeah, and now I realize that it's over the speed. Yeah. I like FH4 harmless tune setups. They are usually pretty solid. But I don't think I've ever tried any of his off-road tunes. Let me limit to A class to see if I find more options. Perfect off-road, yeah, but it's not all-wheel drive, so I'm gonna be at a disadvantage. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the FH4 and see how well it does. Usually his tune setups are pretty good for street racing and road racing. So I might as well give it a try. If this one doesn't work out, I'm gonna test other cars because I didn't really like the Jeep that I used yesterday. Well, it has very good launch despite the stats. You gotta love the AI. Yeah, the only thing that I don't like about this tune setup in particular is that the car, it feels like the car's about to take off when you put the power down. I'm gonna go to the right side. There's not a optimal line, but the safest one. Yeah, man, I'm gonna quit and try a different tune setup. This car has potential, but I don't like this tune setup. Let me just delete this one. A-Class. Let me go with this wolf hunted tune setup. The stats are pretty similar to the one that we just used, but let's holy crap, 257k for the parts. That's a lot of money. But yeah, let's see if this car doesn't have the behavior where it feels like it's about to take off like a plane. Look at the size of the truck, especially with the avatar for scale. That's big. The AI breaks at some really stupid points, man. Hello, Corey. How are you doing? Oh man, this tune setup has the exact same behavior as that other one. This might be... yeah, this might be the car though. Not really the tune setup. I mean, in this class, I think that's the best they can do with the car, after all. Yeah, I don't like this car, man. Corey, for these guides, I'm gonna be doing it alone, but if there are enough people after I get these guides done, I might host a couple races so you guys can join and race with me. Let me pick the bowler X. Where is it? Let me just check what tune setup that I have in this car because I don't remember. It's SG Mon, so well I really like their tune setup for this game, so this might be a good option. Oh, I like the launch of this car. Really stable. Holy crap, that's a much better car, for sure. Oh, yeah, I forget that this. I always forget that this corner you have to brake a lot earlier because the car slides out a bit. Same thing with this one. I think it's the surface. Oh yeah, this is a much better car than the Ford and the Jeep, for sure. I know that the Jeep is a good car off online for off-roading, but I mean for these tracks that we're racing on, it's not that good because the Jeep is more straight line speed oriented, whereas in these tracks you actually need a little bit of cornering ability as well. Barely missed. Okay, I braked on time this time. Yeah, I think that for that corner it might be quicker if I take the inside line. I shift down too early there. I actually wasn't supposed to shift down to second. Third was just fine. I'm gonna take the outside. Please don't push me against the... Okay. Oh, look, oh my god. That corner is really tricky. Holy crap, I braked a lot earlier than I did on the second lap and still I barely made it. Again, I'm not supposed to shift down to second here. Oh my god, I'm messing up my shifting so much. It's so difficult to drive manual while talking. I mean, I know that it comes with the practice and all. The more that I do it, the less I'm gonna mess it up, and the more I'm gonna bring it in line to how I usually do it when I'm not talking, but it's a bit frustrating. Like I'm talking and I'm redlining already and I don't realize that I need to shift. But yeah, that was good enough. Not the best performance, but good enough for this event. Okay, we have this one. Yeah, I'm gonna leave the trail for last. Kinda don't like this closed circuits. I saw what that Jeep was going for there. Let's take the outside. Yeah, the outside is a bit slower, to be honest, than taking the inside, but it gives you a much better position to take the next couple corners, that's for sure. So you lose a bit on your entry, but you gain a lot on the subsequent corners. Yeah. Okay, last one. Then we're gonna move to the cancer mode. My god, I get so frustrated by the trial, man. I really wish they didn't force this onto us. Well, not that they're forcing, like, I'm playing because I want to, but because I want to complete things, but I really wish they didn't use that as to hide certain rewards behind, you know. Like for example, when they gave that Rosian Q1 car as a reward for playground games, I didn't play that. I skipped over it and then I bought the car off the auction house. I don't like the playground games mode, to be honest. The eliminator though, I think it's fun. I think it's really fun, especially when I feel like doing something different. It's not a mode that I'm gonna be. It's not a mode that I'm gonna be playing a whole lot, but whenever I feel like doing something different in Forza Horizon, that might be the mode that I'm gonna go for. It's a fun diversion. I think I'm not gonna be able to place first on this one though. Sometimes the AI slows down for you. They just did that before taking that jump. It makes no sense to slow down before that jump. It doesn't make sense, especially when you're playing at higher difficulties. I mean, if you're playing at easier difficulties, it kind of makes sense because the game wants to give you a bit of an advantage so you can can win races with fairly ease, but at higher difficulties, I don't think this should be the case. But anyways, not gonna complain about redoing an off-road event. After all, this is not my favorite type of events anyways. um yeah, I think we did all of the three season events. Yeah, we did. Now all that we gotta do is the last one. Oh man, I'm not looking forward to this, but I know what car I'm gonna be using, so let me show you. I'm gonna use the Opel Menta 400. What I was waiting for. Yeah, the tune setup that I'm using is actually made by a subscriber. He's constantly asking me to test his tune setup on the guides that I do, but I had tested it before. So yeah, Papi Chulo Angels. That's the one that I'm going with. So he's always asking me to test his tunes out for the guides, but to be honest, I did test out a couple of them for I think one of the road street racing events. I don't recall correctly. It was a few months ago, and it was a bit too loose for my taste, and that's fine. That's not to say that there's something wrong with the tune setup, and that's the thing with tune setups in general. What feels great to me may not feel as great to you. But tune setups are very personal. Some people like loose cars, some people like tighter cars. I tend to like tighter cars a lot better. And this is why I didn't like his tune setup for the road, at least for that particular car that I tried it out on. But for this Opel Manta 400, his tune setup is actually pretty solid. It makes the car really, really tight, which I quite like. Yeah, let's shorten my life expectancy by 5 years. Oh my god. I mean, there are a couple of times, even though they're rare, that you find good people in the trials. Like they're gonna respect you, they're gonna understand that you're part of their team and that you shouldn't be taking them out. There are some people that are so stupid, man. Like you're on their team, but for some reason they feel they need to push you off the checkpoints, to use you as a cornering device, as a braking device. And that's something that I really think that playground games should work on fixing soon, because that's been a problem since the early days of the game. Let's see if we find enough people to do this. I think we did, yeah. Okay, so only one person using the same car. Yeah. The Subaru WRX, it's pretty good on, I think, S1 class, if I'm not mistaken, but for the other ones, I'm not sure if that's actually quick. Why? I'm on your team, man. I like that this car is actually quick around dirt surfaces, but even quicker on the asphalt. Cool. After this race, I might create a party chat. Yeah, let me just go ahead and create a party chat so we don't listen other people's microphone that are people that are on the race. Okay. So yeah, this Subaru WRX, it's pretty good for off-road, but it kind of loses a lot on the tarmac. I figured that this Open Manta with this tune setup might be a good option for online dirt racing because it's good on both surfaces. Okay, I'm starting out in the back. That might be better for me because, I mean, usually on the first corner, people are savages. And I don't want to be part of it. Yeah, he did try to take me out there. Or maybe he just missed his breaking point. Who knows? I really don't like... I don't know if it's my internet connection, but I don't like how when you touch AI cars, your car kind of rubber bands off of it. I don't know if I'm describing it correctly, but every time that you touch an AI car, it feels like your car gets thrown off really violently to the side. Maybe it's my connection, I don't know. Oh crap. Oh, I was all over the place. Oh, this part is really tense. Because if I make a mistake, I'm gonna bottom out. I still don't know how to take that section properly, to be honest. I know that a lot of people are able to take that pretty fast, but I'm always too afraid to go at full speed and end up hitting the end of one of those jumps and bottoming out. Cool. I have no idea how my team is doing. Well, on the race, after the race is done, I can see the score. Yeah, I think we're fine. I mean, if this is our second win, and I think it is, even if we end up losing the third one, we still should be able to win the championship. No, actually, the Drivatar team won the other one. So if we lose this one, I'm gonna have to redo it. Well, not because I have already done it, and I've done it with this car, and the trial is not really skill based; it's more luck based. It really depends on how good the team that you get paired up with is. Yeah, I really need to get away from the pack before we reach the twisty sections. I have a couple corners to do that. Let's see if I can pull it off. Yeah, I knew that this guy was going to go straight there. I'm afraid to go past him. Yeah, I feel that this guy is slowing me down a bit. Okay, now I can go quicker. Yeah, I'm not confident that we're gonna win this one. Or maybe we will. Yeah, we actually did it. Thank God. I wouldn't redo this event anyways, but I'm glad that we did it. And I think that's it for the season events. Yeah. The PR stunts, like I said, I'm not gonna be able to do them again because unfortunately, once you do them, the game doesn't show you the requirements anymore. But I did all of these events, all of 3 events, both the speed trap, the speed zone, and the danger sign. I did all of them using the exact same car. I used the. Let me show you. I used the Koenigsegg Agera RS. This one. This one. Let me show you the tune setup. I usually go when it comes to PR stunts, season PR stunts. I usually go with this car because that's the most solid one that you can use. One of the most solid ones that you can use for this type of events. It's good for danger signs because it's ridiculously fast. It's good for danger zones and speed traps as speed zones and speed traps for the same reason. So you're not gonna have a lot of trouble with the exception of a couple of events here and there. But yeah, that's the tune setup, Donjo One Song. And the car is the Koenigsegg Agera RS. Now, someone yesterday asked me to do the weekly Forza-thon, so let's do this one. Wait. Oh, that's great. I'm gonna get this Revan done and then sell it off on the auction house few days. In a few days. Okay. Okay, so let's see the requirements for the weekly Forzathon. Own and drive any vans and utility vehicle. Run a half marathon in your vans and utility vehicle. That's a distance of 13.1 miles, 21 kilometers. That's better. Things to do, places to be. Weave your way through traffic to earn 5 threading the needle skills with the vans and utility vehicle. Deliver spectacle and land a 3-star jump at the rail yard ramp danger sign with the vans and utility vehicle. For this one, we might need an S2 Dune setup. Okay, so let's get the first one out of the way. Let's get a vans and utility vehicle. Okay, so we have the GMC Vondora. You're gonna see a really cool livery. This livery was done by my wife. I like these cartoony liveries a lot. A few years ago, my wife used to hop on Forza, both Forza Horizon 3 and also the current one, Forza Horizon 4. She used to hop on my account and do tons of livery. I think I have over 100 of different characters. So if you want some cartoony liveries, just go check my storefront. All by my wife though, not me. Okay, so we need to do 21 miles. But I'm not sure. Well, usually before, races didn't count towards the amount of kilometers that you had to run. But for the sake of science, let's do just one road racing real quick, just to see if it counts towards the amount that we need to run. And if it does, I think we might do the Colossus one. Just pull the camera a bit further. Yeah, this car slides a bit too much in the rain. Might be best for dry conditions. Okay, so third gear is the best one for low speed corners in this car. That was a weird corner. Brake too much. Let's see if it counts. It actually does. I remember that a few months ago, the distance only counted if you did it in free roam, not during the races. That's actually great because now I can do the races that I enjoy the most, and they will count towards the goal. So let's do this one more time with the exact same car, but instead of rain, let's do a custom one where the weather conditions are dry to see how this car does. I remember that I picked this car up once someone wiped the floor with me on this car online. Let me see if I have a... Yeah, that's the one. So someone wiped the floor with me on this car, and I was driving, I think, the Ford GT40, which is one of the most OP cars in A-Class, but for some reason, this car was even faster. And of course, the guy was faster than me. That still played a huge role in that. But the car is actually really quick, as you could see from this previous race. It's just not that great around the corners when it's wet. Look at the launch speed of this thing. I've ran this track so many times that I think this is one of my strongest one. This one of the Goliath. Yeah, I could have braked a lot earlier there to cut through the off-track section. Nearly 300 kilometers per hour in A class is pretty great. Yeah, it looks like I completed the challenge. Let me see. Yeah, I did. Let me just finish the race. The brakes are not that great though. You have to brake a little bit earlier than the line tells you to. So maybe around the yellow part, not exactly on the red one. Okay, cool. Now, onto the trickiest part of this weekly Forza challenge. You need to do threading the needle skills. In case you don't know how to do that, and that's something that I really wish Playground Games did a better job at. They don't usually explain to you exactly how you do some of these some of the skill challenges. Like, for example, in this weekly Forzathon, there's a somewhat vague description like wave through the traffic, but that's not exactly what you need to do. Riding the needle skills requires you to be past a certain speed. I think it's 150 kilometers per hour. You need to be past that speed, and you need to go through two cars at the same time. So there needs to be one car to either side of you, and you have to go through them at 150 kilometers per hour. It's easier to do that on oncoming traffic, but it's perfectly doable if you're in the right lane anyways. For this one, there's a small trick that you can do to make it easier. Instead of doing it online, like we're connected, as you can see, we have 28 players in the session. Instead of doing this along with other players in the same room, same lobby, we're gonna do it in solo. And the reason for that is that in solo, the game spawns a lot more AI cars, a lot more. So it's gonna be a lot easier for you to do this than when there are other players. There are a lot less cars when there are other players in the lobby. The best spot is this area around here, this highway here. That's the best spot that you can try to do this. Let's see if we can pull it off. Let me just fast travel here just so we don't lose a lot of time driving there. There's no point. And just let me make sure that that's actually the challenge we need to take, because it would be really stupid if we'd spent time doing something that we're not supposed to do yet. Yeah, 5 threading the needle skills. Let me just and the reason why you need to go through 2 cars at the same time is that you have to do 2 near misses. As you can see, threading the needle there. So that's the easiest way. You have to go through 2 cars at the same time. Not exactly at the same time, but as you can see, the timing was pretty close there. But you need to go through 2 cars, near miss both of them for it to register. As you can see, I just did 2 near misses in quick succession and it didn't register, which is why I said that we need 2 cars at the same time.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
Oh, yeah, we got another threading the needle. Oh, I didn't see this car. Couldn't turn in on time.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
Another one. I think we're missing only 2.
Recalculating route. Turn around when it is safe to do so.
Another one. Okay, let's turn around and go back.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
Let me just
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
I might do a video explaining all of the skills, at least the racing based ones. There are a couple of skills, there are a bunch of skills actually for playground games, but I don't play that mode, so it doesn't make sense for me to cover it. But I might do a video explaining all of the skills, racing based ones, so you guys can use it as a guide.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
Oh crap.
Turn around when
I think if I had slowed down over that part, I could have gotten it. Went too quick. This one I think is gonna be the one. Yeah, it was. Last one, done.
turn around when it is safe to do so.
Now the last one that we need to do I think is the danger sign one. Yeah. Rail yard ramp danger sign. Okay. The danger sign. I don't remember exactly where's the rail yard on this game. No. Yeah, that's the one. Let me zoom in. Oh yeah, I know which one it is. I'm gonna try with the tune setup, but if it doesn't work, I might need to. Yeah, let me see what are the requirements for 3 stars on this one before I try anything. So we need 213.4 meters to get 3 stars. My personal best was 311.8. But of course, it wasn't done with this car. Okay, we're in the wrong direction, I think. Yeah, we are.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
Yeah, I'm almost sure that A class is not gonna be enough for this one, but what the hell?
You have arrived at your destination.
Yeah, it wasn't. Okay, so let me see if I can find a quicker tune setup for this one. We need S2, probably. We have one specifically done for this event. Let's go with this one. I mean, we're not gonna be able to push this car to the top of S2 class anyway, so that might be the best number that we can get. Okay.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
Oh crap! I thought for a moment we were gonna hit the ceiling. It wasn't enough. I think I might need to go further. Okay.
Turn left.
Oh no. We lost a lot of speed. Yeah. That's not gonna work out for us. What can I do? I think I might need to go with the shorter car. I mean, instead of going with the tall one, because I'm pretty sure that if we go at this speed over that section, we're gonna hit the ceiling. Okay, so let's delete this one, and re-equip the one that we had before. Benzene utility. Let me see. Okay, so let's try to go with this one. Excuse me. Okay, let's go with this one. Let's put the camera back where it was.
Turn around when it is safe to do
Okay, so we were pointed towards the right place.
Recalculating route. In 400 meters, turn right. Turn around when it is safe to do so. You have arrived at your destination.
Oh, I'm gonna hit the train. Don't hit it. Was it enough? Yes, it was. Okay, so the car that I used is the HSV Limited Edition Gen F GTS Maloo. That's a mouthful. And the tune setup that I used for this one is the... I even forgot to leave the tune setup on the screen for a longer time so you guys could see it. But that's the one, Prometheus. Name on to the left of the screen under the creator. That's the one you might want to go with if you want to replicate what I did here. And I think that concludes the weekly Forzathon challenge. Oh yeah, the chat bubbles that I never use. I even have them disabled in race because I find them distracting. But yeah, that concludes the weekly Forzathon event. That's pretty much, well, except for the autumn games and the Forzathon daily challenge, of course, I'm not going to be able to complete until Wednesday. These are all done now. Okay, let's just take a look at the winter season. We're going to get the Megane RS18, which I think is a new car in the game. We're going to have a new set of weekly Forzathon challenges. Okay. Yeah, pretty straightforward. We're not gonna have much trouble with it. And we're gonna unlock the Renault Clio 16, which is another new exclusive car. Cool. But anyways, guys, that's been it for this live stream. That's the first official live stream on the channel. I plan on doing a lot more. There are a couple of changes that I'm going to be bringing over to the channel starting in 2020. I'm going to be doing a video on that in early January just so you guys know what to expect. I know that a lot of people subscribe to the channel because of the racing content. That's not going to change. And I don't think that the frequency of racing games on the channel is gonna change anyways. It's more like filling in the gaps. And as I said, the vast majority of my time I spent playing racing games anyways. I'm not gonna change that. That's not something that I'm forcing myself to do. I enjoy doing it. I did that for 23 years before even starting this channel. But the changes are gonna come at a time, in a time that's gonna allow me to upload a lot more frequently. And as I said, these guides I probably gonna do them as live streams because they take a lot of time to edit. so I'm not gonna be doing that. So all of the guides moving forward are gonna be doing this format. This will allow me to do the guides as soon as they come out, as soon as they refresh every Thursday, instead of posting them on Friday and Saturday and losing half of the audience. But in the meantime, when I'm not playing racing games, I'm gonna be posting other stuff that I play in the meantime. And as I said, I'm not a story-driven guy, so I don't usually play a lot of story-based games. What I play, just to give you a couple of games that I play on my free time, that's Lonely Mountains Downhill, Super Monkey Ball, Runner 3, Runner 2. These are the games that I enjoy the most. I'm not a big story guy. So these are the type of games that you're gonna probably start seeing on the channel starting 2020. And if I feel like playing a story-driven game, if I feel I'm gonna play it all the way through, then I'm gonna bring it over to the channel. But these are gonna be very rare. But anyways, guys, that's been it. I really appreciate the few of you that stuck throughout the most of the live stream, the people that joined mid live stream. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for more content like this, more racing games content. Share the video with your friends and on your social media. It does help me out a lot, and I really appreciate the help. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye.